decision making. Thank you, Mark.
Last night I flew back from Queensland and I was seated next to this woman with a very unusual ring on the middle finger of her left hand. Now when I commented on it, she said it was her wedding ring. I said, why do you have it on the wrong finger? And she said,
Wrong man.
that's because I married the wrong guy. Finger's your ring. Bad decision. Worst decision I've ever made. What about you? What is the worst decision you've ever made? Not coming here, right? I've made some big decisions. Choosing a wife, raising children. The worst decision I've ever made?
Cutting onions?
Cutting onions, how do you know? The worst decision I've ever made is held tightly and securely in this envelope. It's a secret. Let's take choosing a wife. I have an Indian background, mainly because I have Indian parents. So choosing a wife should have been relatively easy. After all, there are 661 million Indian females. I mean, Tina hasn't got a chance in India. I had no problem. Funny, good looking, educated. At least that's what my mother told me. But was it funny looking and uneducated? Nonetheless, I used to walk around thinking, I was the Indian, Elvis Presley. Just a hunk of burning love. Feeling lonesome tonight? So when I was in my 30s and still not married, my mother came up to me and she said, Marky, you're getting old now. And you're not married. What if I bring home some nice girls for you? I bring home nice girls all the time. Just leave in the morning. That's a nice girl. No. I will pick the girls, and you choose the one you like. You out of your mind? My mum wants to choose my wife. I didn't even let her choose the clothes I wear. Imagine this, my mum walks in with this girl. She's a little big now, but you will go into her. You know, choosing a wife is a big deal, yeah? Or a partner. I had a checklist of the things I would look for in a wife. Honest, caring, good looking, attractive, good looking. But I knew that my parents had minimum standards, 100% criteria. She must be Indian. She must be well educated, probably doctor, lawyer, engineer. No prior children, and must be female. And after 10 years of marriage, I look back and I ticked off none of my parents' minimum standards. She's not Indian, Australian, Italian, no degree, 2 prior children. She is female. But we make a good team. She talks. I listen. She cooks. I eat. She cleans the house. And I mess it up. You see, in my house, I'm the boss. My wife, she's the decision maker.
She's the real boss.
So to give me some practice in being the real boss, or give me some practice in making decisions, my wife decided to go to Queensland for 2 weeks to visit her mum and dad, and left me back at home without 5 children. Imagine that. My first job was to take my 4-year-old son Charlie to school. Pretty simple. So off we are, down the road, walking to get to the car, And there's this teenage boy walking the other way. He's got his headphones on. Now, being the good dad, I've taught Charlie to say hello to people. Just like I said hello to all of you before you got me. Charlie will say hello, he's a friendly sort of guy. But Charlie's saying hello, this teenage boy with his headphones on, he's just walking past, doing his thing. And Charlie's like, hello. The boy ignores him and goes straight past. Charlie gets in the car and he's shattered. She goes, Dad, I said hello. I said, Charlie, the boy's got his headphones on. He can't hear you. And Charlie looked at me and said, but he could talk. You know technology, these phones and iPads, all these iThings, when you become a dad, you don't want your children using them. Certainly not too much. And I'm all over my kids. If I see them on the iPad, I get them to stop. So it was funny the next day when I took Charlie to the beach. He had a good fun time at the beach, playing around and swimming and having sex. And as we were leaving the beach, he saw this man sitting, playing with his electronic device at the beach. Charlie walks up to him. Charlie's only 4. Excuse me, is that an iPad? The man said, well, get off it. I will count to 7. 1, 2, 3. You know when you're a parent, you start the count. Charlie had the count going well with this man. The man shut the iPad. This lady walking past said, well, you've been told, mate. Good decision. So I had to give Charlie this talk. I said, Charlie, you can't just go up to strangers. Just make requests. You know how kids don't listen the first time? So the next day, we're at a coffee shop. And as we're leaving the coffee shop, Charlie sees this man and says, excuse me, can I have some money? The man looked at him and said, what's some money? You can't ask strangers for money. You're a stranger. My name's Charlie. Charlie got that money. He learns quickly. Yes. There's a tip for your children when you have that after you finish cutting those onions. I did have some more jobs, and the important job was to get all of the children to swimming lessons on time. 5 o'clock was time to be at swimming lessons. I got them in the car and I'm off driving away. Dad, you're going the wrong way. We go right for swimming. Darling, I've been driving for 20 years. I think I know how to get to swimming lessons on time. Sure enough, I got lost, went the wrong way, we missed most of the swimming lessons. The kids were not happy, not impressed at all. Luckily, next week came along and I had another chance on that Thursday. But this time, I sat everyone around and said, guys and girls, I'm really sorry about last week and what happened. This time, let's make sure we're ready on time, and I promise I will take you the right way. And my 5-year-old Sophia, she looked me in the eyes, she said, you better. This is your last chance. Or it's game over for you. You know in life, sometimes when we get decisions wrong, we take a backward step, we retreat, and sometimes we don't even want to make a decision. So what about you? Maybe you want to find a husband or a wife. Thinking what maybe you want to try some stand-up comedy pretty soon when we're finished. Or maybe you want to be a double entry accountant like our good friend Brad. You know, it was Jefferson who said that the best decision is the right one. The second best decision is the wrong one. And the worst decision you can make? Not making a decision. Don't procrastinate like me. Make your decision.